Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. We're on the Mines map, which we don't get very often, and we've got Dongalord, who's renamed himself Lizard. It's a thing of lemon. And he's in the Badger, the Tier 10 British Tier 10 TD. This replaced the FV215B 183 quite a few years ago. But then after that, Wargaming sold the FV215B 183 for something like 25 million credits or something like that. Yeah. Alright, now Mines, not the favourite map for Tier 10 games, such short boundaries, and given the view range of Tier 10s, it's complete spotting across the whole map just about. Alright, enemy's taken the hill. That's unfortunate, but so far Dongalord hasn't done a whole lot yet. Managed to get some spotting, but sharing that obviously with the others. And is he being pushed? No, that's just the from the hill. Managed to get a shot into the can opener and trying to pin the front of the E100. Now that is normally a nice front flat plate, and these shots aren't going through. Now he's only got the PCR round. Let's have a quick look at the pen. So it should be doing 320 to 300. That's obviously over distance, so these are short distances. 320 should be enough, but so far only getting a couple of shots in. Now he's managed to track the can opener and keeping track, so he's going to get some assisting damage here potentially. He's also managing to go through the front sprocket and do damage. Now is the can opener going to be able to get in? No, not in time. So that marks a decent amount of damage for this short period of time. It's being pushed a little bit there by the object 777-2. Maybe that's the noise we're hearing. Yeah, not the greatest thing to have someone sort of blocking you from retreating when you want to. So, but it looks like it's realigned a little bit there, so that's good. Now, 100 again can be dangerous. So you always look at this narrow gap there, but sort of marker is yellow, so chance of pen is reduced. But just continuing to work this spot here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Maybe the because the E100 is coming up a slope, that's adding a bit of extra angle, and you can see Dongalord just shaking the mouse there, being frustrated with the result. Going there for the direct bar on top, also no luck. So he's firing a lot of APCR here, not getting a result, and yeah, you can see the frustration. But here comes the E77 who pinned him, and this is sort of one of the things about the Badger. I mean, it is pretty strong frontal armour, but your lower plate is still a weakness. And you can't protect every angle, but can you get rid of the E77? No, he takes more damage, so it's not working out well. And he goes for the top of the, just where it goes green, very small target though, but still not penetrating. Luckily he is carrying a lot of ammunition. So he backs off for a second, not getting any real joy out of that shooting position. There's a Batchat spotted going after the arty, and they are quite significantly down here, but he's got the Batchat, just aims in, changing to HE shells, and does 733 damage. Oh, let's check this out. What is the pen on these HE shells on the Badger? It only gets rid of the Batchat in 2 shots. So HE pen is 130. Well, didn't recall that. And damage 620. They're definitely worth having for these squishy targets on the rear of a Batchat 25T. But now he's being pushed on by the E100, who does a lot of damage, but he manages to track him. And you can probably keep him tracked here, which he's going to do. And now he's just farming damage here. So you might have to track him again. And each time he's tracking him, he's also doing damage. That E100 shouldn't be lasting very long. So he's going to regret having come forward and finally gets rid of the E100 that he threw so many shells at front lead trying to penetrate. Now, I forgot to mention, this is an encounter battle, so there is only one cap. And of course, the cap can be contested, which stops the timer, so luckily there were quite a few tanks running on there. It wasn't good. Now, there is that TVP there, so can he catch him unawares? I'm sure he can. He's got a nice little gap to shoot through here and keep this dead tank in between him and the TVP. By the time the TVP comes back, and he might go overload actually. He's definitely not chasing after Donga there, and here he's coming back, but too late. Donga gets the kill. Now he's up to 6.3k of damage now, so for that whole period where he's being starved of damage, he's still managed to acquire another roughly 5k in a very short space of time. Now, got 3 enemy tanks on cap, that Jagdpanzer E100, or just a small bit sticking out, not enough to do that. He puts a blind shot into a bush hoping to get a reset. And there's that Ho-Ri. No, didn't connect. It'll have to get a bit closer, I think, and pull on here. Goes for the Jagdpanzer E100. This is dangerous because he's obviously got the big gun and can do a lot of damage, over 1,000 hit points in one go. But Ho-Ri 3 not looking in the right direction. Bang. Sends him home. So 5 kills now to Donga. There's 2 on cap. Bit hard to tell which 2. FV4005. Okay, a lot of hit points there, and dangerous as well. Now, I want to get rid of this Jagdpanzer E100, who is now proxy spotting, and of course being proxy spotted by. Luckily the FV bounces 1150. What is he firing? He's firing AP, I think, and goes for the lower plate of the Jagdpanzer. That was the smart move. Snaps him before he can get his gun to bear, and now what can he do with this FV? Here he comes again. Goes through the front of the turret. He's firing HE here. Definitely penning, but he's not getting the damage rolls that he's looking for. Goes from again. Now this time he does, so the previous shell must not have been HE. And again, the FV4005 bounces. He should have been firing, but he HE. Maybe he's run out. I don't know, but he gets rid of the FV4005. He's now tracking for 9k of damage, just 100 hit points short, and he's on 7 kills. There is one enemy vehicle left, which is the artillery, and he's going across now. Can he get him? Whoa, what a snapshot. Long range, brings up 9k and 8 kills. That's awesome result. Well, another great game there from Donga. Certainly a bit frustrating at the start, but it certainly paid off in the end. 9.3k of damage, blocked 2.3, and that was that FV4005 firing 2 AP shells. You'd think he would have learned from the first one. He would have got at least half of the hit points of damage of an HE shell, which might have finished off Donga anyway. So big miscalculation there. Just under 1,500 of assisted damage there, which is mostly tracking damage, and so that's well over 10k and 11k combined damage there. And let's have a look at these rewards. Now we'll go from right to left. So we've got the Top Gun and the high caliber reward. Not surprisingly, we've got the Defender there for all the cap point resets for 8 kills. The Radley Walters medal, very rare at tier 10. Ace Tanker, of course, not surprisingly, 3rd mark of excellence. We did see the marks on his barrel, so he's actually picked up that in his game to get the 3rd mark, which is also a great result there. So congratulations, Donga. Let's have a look at the team score. So another great tier 10 result there. 1686 base experience in a tier 10 game is an awesome result there. Again, nearly 10k. I mean, yeah, the target, we could see he wasn't going to get above 9k, so definitely achieved that. The 8 kills, of course, is a great result as well. And that damage is nearly 3 times the next best player, which is the MTBB, who finished in 2nd place. Let's have a look at that enemy team. The Ho-Ri that he dispatched at the end, I believe that was the one actually, I didn't check, but one of them, 4.5k, so a lot of damage there. That FV, well, he ended up with 3.5k, so he wasn't completely out of it, but yeah, really wrong choice of shells there. Maybe he'd run out of his HE shells, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. All right, let's have a look at the details. 39 shots fired, 30 direct hits, so a few blind shots there, and a few ones that hit targets in between. 20 penetrations, that's the downside there, but nonetheless got enough in there to get his damage total. Did have personal reserves running, and that gave him a decent amount of income credits, but his expense on ammunition well overrode that, so net loss there 75k. But to get your third mark game, get a Radley Walters in the same battle and a 9k battle out of that, 11k combined, you'll definitely pay that price every single day of the week. Anyway, thanks very much, Donga, for the content. Very much appreciate you passing that on to me. For those watching, if you got some enjoyment out of this and some knowledge, please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, that's an option for you. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.